All
Okay,
right.
we're recording.
Good to go when y'all are. And then Barry, since you said you don't have as much space, Pat, would you mind running our meeting for us today? We're gonna select a president, but we don't have one yet. So would you like to run it?
Sure. Calling the meeting on Thursday, November 12th, 2020 of the Rollingwood Community Development Corporation. First item on the agenda is roll call. Please state your name. Pat Sheehan, present.
Becky Kittleman, present.
Emily Doran, present.
Barry Cambry, present.
We've got enough for a quorum, correct, Amber?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and it looks like we also just had Bobby Hempfling join us. Let's see if we can get him a second to get connected.
My microphone should be on.
You got it.
Hey, sorry I'm late, y'all.
No problem. We just had roll call, so state your name and say you're present.
Bobby Hempfling, present.
All right, thank you. Next item is public comments. Do we have any public available for comments?
Nobody's here.
No public comments. Moving on, we've got the consent agenda to do. And on the consent agenda is discussion and possible action on the minutes from the October 8th, 2020 RCDC meeting. Has everybody read the minutes? Anybody have any corrections or discussion?
No, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes. This is Barry.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, the motion's been made and there's a second to approve the minutes. All in favor, just say aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
So it's unanimous. All right, moving on to the motion carries and the minutes are approved. Next is the regular agenda. Item 3 is discussion regarding intent to continue serving on the Rollingwood Community Development Corporation. So in the package we got, there was a list of the individuals on the RCDC and their terms. And so I would say that we should everybody state their name and say whether they're willing to serve or they want to go off. Or
And the three on this that are expiring in December is Becky Kittleman, Bobby Hempfling, even though this is your first meeting, so we'll assume you want to continue serving, and then Barry Cambry. And nobody had reached their term limits or anything yet, so you are all able to continue serving if you would like. And then I will forward your names on to City Council for their approval and consideration next week.
Okay.
do those three individuals want to continue serving?
Yes, I would like to.
Becky
I would as
Kittleman,
well.
yes.
Okay, so I guess was that Amber or Ashley? She'll forward those three. So we've got left, I'm just going to read the list. Emily Doran.
I will continue serving. It's my first meeting, so I'm in.
All right, you're good. David Smith is absent. Pat Sheehan is here, and I will continue serving. And then Rebecca is absent, right?
Correct.
So everybody that's here is okay to continue serving, and there are two absentees. I would think that Ashley or Amber will need to contact.
Right. Yeah, we'll make sure that works with them, and we will
Okay.
forward those names on.
Okay. That's good. Moving along to item 4, discussion and possible action to elect a president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary of the RCDC. I think the floor is open for Anybody to state their case if they want to be one of those officers or not?
Yep. Hey, so Pat, this is Barry Del Cambria. I haven't talked to anyone in the council, and I know normally it's like you have to get nominated, but I would be open for serving as the president of it or in vice president, either one of those capacities other than secretary. As we move forward, and I think it makes a lot of sense to have someone with experience in one of those roles. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
open to either one of those. I did not want to be secretary anymore. So, but I will still keep. I will still serve regardless of if I get one of those. It's just.
All right. Is there,
wanted to bring that up.
Can I nominate Barry for president?
is there a second?
I second.
So that Barry's been nominated for president and has been seconded. I would say let's call a vote. Please state your name, I would say, and whether you're for or against. Pat Sheehan, for.
Becky Kittleman, for.
Emily Doran, for.
This is Barry. I don't think I can actually vote for myself, but I'd be for it.
Okay.
All right.
And Bobby Hempling, four.
Okay, so it's 4-0. All right, next, do we have anybody that would like to be vice president? I think Becky has been our vice president. Becky, you want to continue serving, Becky?
If somebody else wants to do it, that's great.
All right,
I will if nobody else wants to.
all right. Is there any other people that directors would like to serve as vice president?
I guess since I'm new, I'm not sure what serving as vice president means. So if anybody could elaborate on that, I would appreciate it. You know, I don't want to sign up for something and fail.
You would pick up my slack, and no, I'm just kidding. So if like for some reason I can't run the meeting, you would run that. You would also be closely involved with dealing with the city, understanding like when our agenda goes out. And Amber, speak up if anything is wrong, but just more it's basically you're the person that if something goes wrong with me, then you're the person to step in.
It's accurate. Yes.
Would you like to serve as vice
Sure.
president?
Sure, I will serve as vice president.
Okay, is there a nomination of Emily for vice president?
I'll nominate her.
There you go. Okay, well that means Becky's out of it. I think.
Becky nominated her.
I second.
All right, and that's Barry?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, Barry seconded. So we've got, Emily's been nominated for vice president. All those in favor still state their name and whether they're for or against. Pat Sheehan, for.
Bobby Hempling, four.
Becky Kittleman, for.
Barry Del Cambria, 4.
All right, so it carries 4-0. So Emily's going to be the new vice president.
Okay.
All right.
Becky, can you be treasurer again, please? Or treasurer, secretary?
No, thank you. Bobby, it's a great job for you.
I have to say, I'm a lot of things, but I am not a secretary treasurer, so I'm going to take a hard pass on those type of roles. I am not good at them.
Well,
We were out of people, so I think by default you're gonna have to pick one of them.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll be the treasurer.
Okay. So Bobby is willing to serve as treasurer. Is there a nomination?
Emily Doran nominates Bobby as treasurer.
Can I swap to be vice president? I didn't realize that
No, it's already been
It was,
decided.
being volunteered kind of opportunity here.
For everybody, the secretary position isn't too terrible. Ashley does the minutes for you. You just sign them.
I was actually joking. It's not bad. It's more of like you're the figurehead of RCDC is what it is.
I'll do it again. I'll do it.
All right, so let's finish up and elect our treasurer. So Bobby's been nominated. We have a second. All those in favor of Bobby being treasurer, state their name and say for or against. Pat Sheehan, for.
Emily Doran, 4.
Becky Kittleman, 4.
Barry Hill Camry, 4.
All right, 4-0. Bobby's been elected treasurer. Now, Becky has said that she would be secretary again.
Unless you want to, Pat.
No, I'll pass.
Okay.
So is there a nomination for Becky to be treasurer? I mean, be secretary?
I would love to nominate Becky as secretary. This is Barry.
Okay.
And I'll
is there-
second it.
Is there a second?
Bobby Hempling.
Okay, Bobby second. Okay, all those in favor of Becky being secretary, please state their name and state for or against. Pat Sheehan, 4.
Emily Doran, 4.
Bobby Hempling, 4.
Barry Hill Camry, 4. I nominated her, so.
So Becky, you're the new secretary, 4-0.
All right.
So now, I guess, Amber, when do the officers take office?
They take effect now.
Okay. So I will say that Barry, you want to finish running the meeting?
So due to a rather large commercial quasi-residential construction project in my backyard for my neighbors, I am not able to pull up an agenda, so I cannot today.
Okay, I'll continue on for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've elected the new officers for the RCDC in item 4. So we come to item 5, where we have the discussion and possible addition to add the president, treasurer, and secretary as signatories to the corporation's financial institution, and to authorize the president to execute a resolution to that effect. And basically, this is for check signers to sign the checks as needed, which will be few each year. And do we have a?
So can I just make it? This is Barry. Can I make a quick question here? So when the
Sure.
check signers, it means any of those 3, or do we need 2 out of the 3 or 3 out of 3? It was confusing in the proposal what was actually
I
proposed.
think it's any one, isn't it, Amber?
We need 3, but then on any check, we need, oh, Ashley, remind me, do we just need 1 signer or 2?
I think we need 2 signers on the check, so it's good to have 3 options and then.
Okay,
Yeah.
2 signers on
To
the
expedite things, that makes perfect sense. I just wanted to make sure, like, for instance, if the secretary was signing and that the other 2 members, not that y'all wouldn't do this, but that everyone knew what was happening. And so 2 out of 3 to me makes sense. So I would make a motion to approve that recommendation.
Okay, there's a motion to approve the resolution for the president, treasurer, and secretary to be check signers, and the president to execute the resolution for the financial institution. Is there a second?
Real quick, that's with the understanding there has to be 2 of 3 signers on the check.
Yeah, 2 check signers. I think
second
that's the city policy, the RCDC policy. So we have a motion and a second. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor of item 5, the resolution, please state their name and say for or against. Pat
Barry Hill
Sheehan.
Camry, 4. Oh,
Okay,
yep. Sorry,
Barry's
Pat.
4. Go.
Yep.
Bobby
Pat-
Hempling, 4.
Okay,
Emily Doran, 4.
okay,
Becky Kittleman, 4.
and Pat Sheehan 4. Okay, so that gets that done. So we come to item 5, the the RCDC financials through September 30th, 2020. That's it. The numbers are in your package. Our year end is 9/30. Is that correct, Amber?
Yes, sir.
So this will be the numbers for the 12 months. It's
Can I get a copy? I do not have a copy of that package.
you can get it on, you can go to the Rollingwood, City of Rollingwood site, and they have a meeting list, and you can click on the agenda package.
Bobby, I'll send you a link. That was my fault. I was supposed to send out that reminder that it just has the link to our website as well. And I think it just fell off my calendar. So I'm going to send that to y'all now so you can go back and look at the packet.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Hey, so Amber, this is Barry. With them, not everyone having the financials in place, do we have to approve this today, or can we wait till next meeting?
Right.
It's not actionable. It's just for
Okay.
your information.
Okay.
If you all review it and have any questions,
Okay.
Pat, as always, is a whiz at the financials. You can ask him, or Ashley and I are happy to answer any questions you have about those
Okay.
financials.
The most important page is page 6, which has the sales tax revenue for RCDC. And the year for the 12 months is 156,842. And we budgeted 130,000. So we're over budget by 26,000. And then the other, so we've got money in the bank of about 300,000, trying to find the balance. The balance sheet shows we've got 313,322 in assets, which are basically cash and cash items or accounts receivable with RCDC. So I would say that RCDC is definitely in good financial shape, and considering the year that everybody had, has done very well.
Yeah. Only thing I would say, and this is something for us to look to in, like, I think future meetings, is we were up at one point, I think 30 to 40%. We were trending over that, and then we ended up coming in, it sounds like, about 10% over. So we did see, I mean, like everyone else, a precipitous drop in our revenue.
Right.
So as we move forward as like a council or a development commission, and I know this has been contentious across the board, but we got to find ways to, diversify revenue and look at new ways to make money for the city and for the development council. And we have an opportunity here to do so, I think, with RCDC, but it's just going to be it's never easy, right? Or we're a small place with a small commercial district. So it's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
We did finish great, but we did see a significant drop. We were buffered in the first 6 months with a pretty good revenue stream.
Yeah, the current month was 11,784.
Mhm.
If you did say 12,000 times 12, and our revenue at that rate would be 144,000 next year, and versus 100, almost 57,000. So it would definitely would, for budgeting purposes for next year, would be down a little bit.
Yep.
So, anybody have any questions on the financials? Okay. That was item 5 on the regular agenda. Do we want to set the next meeting date, Amber and Ashley, or not?
We can at least discuss it. The next meeting would be set for the second Thursday at 7, or at, I guess, a time to be determined, since we're doing all our video conference meeting, but that would be December 10th.
Okay.
Okay, so December 10th.
Does anyone have a conflict 30 days out for that we know of?
And nothing that I know of yet. And we'll send out, a confirmation in, a couple weeks in advance, and make sure that everyone is able to attend.
Okay.
And the time with everybody, the time at noon, 12 o'clock is okay with everybody?
That
Okay.
works.
Yeah.
All right. If there's no further business, is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
A second. This is Barry.
Okay. This motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 All right. The meeting is adjourned.
Okay.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you all.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Thank
Nice
you
to
all.
see everyone.
Amber,
Bye.
Have a great